Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Shagun Chopra with the World News. The headlines. India announces $450 million package for Sri Lanka to assist in reconstruction of areas affected by cyclone Ditwa. Bangladesh Nationalist Party blames Yunus-led interim government for deteriorating law and order situation in the country. Russian State Duma Speaker accuses European Union, former US President Joe Biden and his supporters for conflict in Ukraine. In women's cricket, India beat Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in second T20 match in Visakhapatnam. India will provide a $450 million package to Sri Lanka to assist in the reconstruction of areas affected by cyclone Ditwa. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar made the announcement while addressing the media in Colombo. He stated that the package comprises a $350 million concessionary line of credit and $100 million in grants aimed at supporting the rebuilding of cyclone-affected regions of the nation. The External Affairs Minister met Sri Lankan President Anura Kumar Dissanayake, had a detailed discussion on the damage caused by the cyclone and handed over a letter from Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
The letter from Prime Minister Modi that I handed over builds on our first responder role and commits a reconstruction package of US dollars $450 million to Sri Lanka, and in line with our neighborhood first and Mahasagar policies. It was only natural that India stepped forward at a time when Sri Lanka faced a crisis. We have done so when you were going through economic difficulties as well.
Dr. Jaishankar emphasized that under Operation Sagar Bandhu, India delivered around 1,100 tons of relief material and over 14.5 tons of medicines and medical equipment to the neighbouring country. Dr. Jaishankar also met Sri Lankan Prime Minister Harini Amarasura and assured India's steadfast commitment to Sri Lanka's rebuilding post-cyclone Ditwa. The External Affairs Minister also met his Sri Lankan counterpart Vijita Herath along with Health Minister Nalinda J. He also met Leader of Opposition of Sri Lanka Sajith Premadasa. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today hailed the recently concluded India-New Zealand Free Trade Agreement or FTA as a historic milestone, which is India's first women-led FTA. He noted that almost the entire negotiating team comprised women. Mr. Modi said this while sharing an article by Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal. The Prime Minister emphasized that India's FTAs today go well beyond tariff reductions, forming part of a broader mission to strengthen the economy and improve the lives of millions. In his article, Mr. Goyal explained how this trade deal marks a significant leap in India's trade diplomacy. He highlighted that by creating greater opportunities for small businesses, students, women, farmers and youth across the nation, the FTA will open new avenues for growth, employment and global market access. Bangladesh Nationalist Party BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul today said law and order situation in the country has deteriorated due to the failure of the Muhammad Yunus-led interim government. He urged the government to play an effective role in creating a conducive environment for the elections. Speaking at a press briefing in Dhaka, Fakhrul said the country is passing through a transitional phase, but dangerous conspiracies by certain quarters are obstructing the process. He claimed such conspiracies led to the killing of political activist Osman Hedi. Meanwhile, BNP leaders and activists from across the country are heading to Dhaka to welcome acting chairman Tariq Rahman, who is set to return to Bangladesh on 25th of December after nearly 17 years. External Affairs Ministry today called in Bangladesh High Commissioner Riaz Hamidullah amid security concerns. Earlier last week, the High Commissioner was summoned by the ministry and apprised of India's strong concerns at the deteriorating security environment in Bangladesh. Several organizations today protested outside the Bangladesh High Commission in New Delhi over the atrocities against minority Hindus in Bangladesh and the mob lynching of Tipu Chandra Das. Meanwhile, the Ministry of External Affairs has said that India continues to keep a close watch on the evolving situation in Bangladesh. It said officials of the Indian High Commission remain in touch with Bangladesh authorities and have conveyed to them strong concerns at the attacks on minorities. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has expressed deep concern over rising violence in Bangladesh, stressing that all minorities must feel safe. Violence has intensified in Bangladesh following political unrest after the ouster of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in August last year. The killing of leader of last year's protest, Sharif Osman Hadi, who had been the spokesperson for the Inqilab Manch, fueled tensions further earlier this month. This is Akashvani. You are listening to World News. We bring you the top international news and updates from around the globe. Russian State Duma Speaker Vyacheslav Volodin has blamed the European Union or EU, former US President Joe Biden and his supporters for the conflict in Ukraine. In a meeting today, Volodin said the culprits of the conflict are trying to retain their power by accusing Russia for everything. He said that Russia has never considered Europe its enemy and has always provided opportunities for development to it. He said Russia has helped Europe grow by supplying affordable energy and making its economy more competitive. On December 19th, Russian President Vladimir Putin had termed the attempts being made by the EU to seize Russian assets as robbery. Russia launched one of its largest aerial attacks on Ukraine last night, killing 3 people. In a statement on social media, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russia fired more than 650 drones and over 30 missiles across at least 13 regions. He said the attacks primarily targeted Ukraine's energy system and civilian infrastructure, disrupting what he described as the entire infrastructure of daily life. Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf PTI founder Imran Khan's sister Alima Khan and PTI workers held a sit-in at Factory Naka in Rawalpindi today as they were stopped from moving towards Adiala jail to meet incarcerated former PM. A report.
Over the past several weeks, Imran Khan's family, PTI members and lawyers have not been allowed to meet him in prison, resulting in party leaders holding sit-ins outside the prison every Tuesday and Thursday as the court has mandated these 2 days for meeting the PTI founder. Alima Khan said that Imran Khan was being kept in solitary confinement as the government is afraid of him. Meanwhile, PTI Secretary General Salman Akram Raja said that PTI's struggle is a national one for democracy and judicial independence. He termed cases against Imran Khan as false and punishments unlawful. Imran Khan, who has been in prison since August 23, is serving a 14-year jail sentence at the Adiala jail in a corruption case and faces pending trials under the Anti-Terrorism Act linked to the protests of May 9, 2023. Imran Khan's wife, Bushra Bibi, is also serving a 7-year sentence in €190 million corruption case. Last week, Imran Khan issued a call for nationwide protest and announced his intention to challenge the court's decision in the Toshakhana 2 case in the Islamabad High Court. His statement on Saturday came after a Pakistani court sentenced Imran Khan and his wife Bushra Bibi to 17 years in prison in connection with the Toshakhana 2 case. Saira Mujtaba, World News.
In women's cricket, India defeated Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in the second T20 international of the 5-match series in Visakhapatnam tonight, chasing the target of 129 runs set by Sri Lanka. India reached the target in 11.5 overs. For India, Shefali Verma scored a blistering unbeaten 69 runs off 34 balls. For Sri Lanka, Kavya Kavindi, Malki Madara and Kavisha Dilhari took a wicket each. Earlier, Indian women won the toss and opted to bowl. And now, before we close, here are the highlights of the bulletin. India announces $450 million package for Sri Lanka to assist in reconstruction of areas affected by Cyclone Ditwa. Bangladesh Nationalist Party blames Yunus-led interim government for deteriorating law and order situation in the country. Russian State Duma Speaker accuses European Union, former US President Joe Biden and his supporters for conflict in Ukraine. In women's cricket, India beat Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in second T20 match in Visakhapatnam. That concludes tonight's World News Bulletin. For more updates, stay tuned to Akashvani. Good night.